Hi everybody, it's me, Kathleen Che, aka Dragon Ninja Writer here with a very special Q&A video all about my newly released young adult murder mystery novel, Never Alone. Cue cover. And with that, we're going to dive right on in. Of course, the first question being, the book is about 16-year-old Abigail Davis. She is attending her junior year of high school at the prestigious Tri-City Academy. She makes friends with her dorm mates and earns the attention of the very nice and very good-looking violinist Satoru Mori. Sarah Kahlo, the head cheerleader, doesn't like this and targets Abigail during a school bonfire event. Fortunately, her friends are able to save her from the head cheerleader. But on their way back to this bonfire, they stumble across the dead body of one of the school nurses, Benny Reynolds. Not long after this, there are a string of incidences that Abigail is framed for, from bringing a beer can into the classroom to hacking the school's social media account. Abigail is going to need to lean on her faith in her friends in order to overcome the darkness that is lurking in the school. And the next question is, Never Alone, originally known as Whispers, all stemmed from a dream I had back in 2014, in around the same time I self-published my first book, Destiny's Call to Arms. It was the scene in which Abigail is approached by the rebel kids who are warning her that dark and sinister things are happening to her, and that she was not the first one to have these things happen to her. That is what started the whole thing with Never Alone. And that scene really has not changed from when I first dreamt it to writing it in my notebook that was beside my bed to writing it up in the novel. And the next question is, yes, Abigail has always been a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and has always been a part of her character, just like her hair color and her short stature. Though she is definitely a needed representation, it was not my intentions to make her her character strictly based on her faith. Though it has Christian themes in it, it is still first and foremost a young adult murder mystery novel. I am a member of the church, but I am not an official spokesperson or anything for the church. I am just a regular member of the church who wrote a fiction novel with a character who is the same faith as me. I started writing Never Alone in 2014, so it took 9 years, 8,000 drafts, and a lot of tears to get Never Alone finished and published. Lot of tears. So many tears. Next question is, marketing mostly. For the longest time, actually up until probably 2-3 months ago, it was still known as Whispers. It was on my website as Whispers, all that. Unfortunately, I could not design a cover around that title. The original title stemmed from the scene where everybody's in the auditorium whispering and talking, and it's overwhelming Abigail. So I had to come up, I realized I was going to have to come up with another title. So I thought about it, and there's the one line in which Abigail mentions she's never alone spiritually. And as well as thinking about how there's darkness lurking around and she can't see it, and so it kind of feels like she is never alone because the darkness is always stalking her. And hence the new title, Never Alone. I was able to come up with a new cover around that title pretty easily, so hence the title change. No, there will not probably be a sequel, as much as my best friend Tim would really love one. I won't say never. I have thought about it a little bit and thinking, oh, maybe have it take place this summer after their junior year, you know, something sinister happens. But for the most part, for now, I have to say no. There are several other mystery novels, plus Dragonheart Chronicles, that are taking priority over a sequel to Never Alone. So for now, there's no plan for a sequel, unfortunately. If that changed, believe you me, I will let you guys know. Next question. The next book is Destiny's Call to Arms, 2nd edition. I am hoping to release that around February, March of next year, but there's a lot of factors going on right now that's going to affect my ability to be able to release it then. I am very close to finishing and cleaning it up and making the changes I need to make to it, so that's why I'm able to tentatively give an actual sort of date in a roundabout way. Once I have those edits done, I will be completing the first draft of book 2, and I doubt it, but I'd really like to try and get book 2, Quest for the Magic, out at the end of next year. But again, there are many factors coming that are taking place right now that's going to affect when everything is able to be released. I will tease that the next mystery novel, which sadly probably will not come out next year. Again, Dragonheart Chronicles is getting the priority next year. The next murder mystery that I am hoping to release, the setting is at a summer camp. On to the fun question. I cannot choose between my 3 favorite sleuths: Hercule Poirot, Sherlock Holmes, and Miss Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew is probably the one that I've read the most of and reread the most of. Growing up, I watched the great Sir David Suchet play the one and only Hercule Poirot. I did the best job of it out of all the other ones. Thank you very blessed much. I'm biased. I love many different versions of Sherlock Holmes. Bathel Rathbone, BBC's Sherlock, love that series. And of course, Elementary, that was on CBS. Loved all of those different variations. I also very much enjoy the Mr. and Mrs. Darcy murder mystery series. It follows Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy going along, running into other Jane Austen characters, dealing with murder and mayhem along the way. Very enjoyable little cozy mystery series. The other standalone murder mystery novel that I enjoy that is also a Pride and Prejudice sequel is Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James. I actually just reread that and the Mr. and Mrs. Darcy series here just recently and plan to rewatch the movie, which was also very good based off Death Comes to Pemberley. I love murder mysteries very much. It was what I grew up on, so it's actually rather surprising I did not write and publish a murder mystery before now, just simply due to the fact I grew up very much mostly on murder mysteries. But it is what it is. Next question. My favorite part about writing is probably the world building, the plot development, and the character development. When I come up with a plot idea or a character, I very much, usually at the beginning, almost always have an end in mind. I did with Never Alone. I very much do with Dragonheart Chronicles. So I very much enjoy the journey of figuring out how to get to that ending and creating characters and so forth along the way that will be a part of that journey. That's probably my favorite part about writing is the creating of the story and the journey to get to that end point. And the final question is a very hard question. It is very hard for me to pick my favorite characters out of my standalone or my series, except for maybe Dragonheart Chronicles. And it's Eve. And Spuck. Indy. Yeah. But from Never Alone, probably Satoru. He was the second character I created, of course, after Abigail. He's got the kind of personality I just really love. He's a violinist, which is inspired, of course, by my favorite real-world violinist, Lindsey Sterling. Of course, he's not nearly as flexible as her. He's a little more of a traditional violinist. So Satoru is probably my favorite, maybe out of all of them, though all of them are very special meanings, of course, to me. Even the bad guys have some certain qualities and personality things to them that are very important and special. So they're all kind of equally loved, even the bad guys in a roundabout way, though Satoru, maybe by a hair, gets to be the favorite out of all of them. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new content. I may be releasing a book trailer for Destiny's Called Arms here in December, January, so make sure you're all subscribed to all my social media and that's in the summary of this video below, so you don't miss out on any new content. Never Alone is now available on Kindle as well as hardback and paperback, so make sure to go check it out. Thank you for watching, and lots of love, everybody. Laters!